So there's this thing about story there, and I think we spoke about it before. That story is something that people tend to connect with. And you also said something about vision, that you need to be able to visualize where you're going to. So at during the process, did you curate like the vision of who you are right now? Like, you know what, who this is who I want to be, while you were, back then doing both jobs, both while you were a full-time student and also working full-time. Did you have the vision of where you are right now back then? And you were like, okay, now this is the vision that I want, and you just keep walking towards it. Or you just had this strong sense of desire for success, like you said, but you didn't really have like the vision of where you are right now? Was it just the desire, or was it the vision, or was it the connection of both that was like, pulling you forward and driving you forward?
Well, honestly, I would say it's a combination of both because I do know that I'm going to get to somewhere in life. How it will happen, I don't really know. I can remember vividly when I was in law school. I told my then president, who was the president of the association, that I will be a Nigerian president. I'll be a very great man. Please mentor me. And she was laughing. She was laughing at me. She said, I'm from a different world. In fact, she was making mockery of me. And I said this over time. And not only her, but then also the vice president. Because then, if you look at my resume was literally useless. I couldn't write. Instead of writing writing YOU, I write just U. Instead of writing AND, I write only AND. I use the short letter words. So it was challenging. My writing skill was horrible, literally horrible. But then I had that confidence in me. That's what about me. I had that confidence in me. How it will happen, I don't know. But will it happen? I definitely know it will happen. So whatever I've said today in my life is not just by chance. No, I was intentional, I was deliberate, but I do know that it will add up at the end of the day. So my desire for success was spurring me day by day. And I also have that vision in me because it was not clear to me, but I do know it will happen. But I never saw it, but I do know that that is what it will be. That was why I told the lady, even when I know that I was nothing to write home about, I told her I will be a Nigerian president. I told her I'll be a leader. Please mentor me. And she was looking at me like a very funny guy. In fact, she had to even unfriend me on Facebook.
I think that's something very powerful though, because I was listening to this guy Brendan Burchard. I think I just bought out his last name, but he was saying something. He was saying, if people don't think you're crazy, you're not there yet. You have to get to a point where people will be like, wait, is it only you? Why are you so passionate about this thing? Why are you always like this? Why are you talking about this thing all the time? Like it's happening, but it's not yet happening. So I think you're in the space where you can not just visualize where you go into life, you can actually feel it. You can touch it. I think that's a very powerful thing. That's like a state. And I was reading a book. It's called The Neuropsychology of the Self-Disciplined People. And one of the key characters that the self-disciplined achiever people, achieving people, one of the key characteristics that they have is that they are purposeful. They have a purpose. They know what they want to achieve. And that would lead us into my next question, that because I know this are the three key things that you've been talking about, that you always talk about, is purpose, self-discovery, and unleashing your potential, of which I would like us to touch on those three key areas.